in the California History Social Science My World Interactive Text for 2nd grade. We will be working on pages 35 through 45 today. Sing about it. Places Where We Live by Charlotte Munoz. Preview the chapter vocabulary by singing the song to the tune of On Top of Old Smoky. We live in big cities and suburbs or towns. These places are different in their sights and sounds. Big cities and small towns are found everywhere. A road or a highway will take you right there. You can pause and try to sing that one on your own without me interrupting you. And then let's go to page 36. Help a geographer. Hi, I'm Gina, the geographer. I look at different types of land and how people use the land. Would you look at some places in California with me? Think about what makes one environment a good place to live, then give a talk about why it's a good place to live. Start with a brainstorm. Think about your community. What is it like? What do you do there? Describe it. So here I want you to describe your community here. I would say in my community there's a lot of farmland. I like to go on hikes and walks with my family. We like to go downtown and go shopping and go to restaurants and eat and visit my mom and my dad, who's a farmer. Turn to the next page to begin collecting clues for your quest connection. Number 3, give your talk. At the end of the chapter, use what you learned to talk about the environment you chose and why it's a good place to live. Let's look at page 38. Use maps to locate places. Think of a place in your school. Draw a map to help your partner find it. This would be fun to do with something in your house. So draw a map and maybe hide some treasure in your house and have a brother, sister, or mom and dad try to find it using the map. That would be really fun. I will know how to use maps to locate places. Vocabulary. Relative location, absolute location, town, legend, city, compass rose, academic vocabulary, symbol. Go outside. What do you see? Everything is in a certain place or location. Relative location tells where something is by comparing it to something else. Words such as near, behind, and above tell where people, places, and things are located. Reading check. Write a sentence using a relative location word to tell about the fence in the picture. So let's look at the fence, and we could say this fence is near the school, or maybe it's even near some grass or some bushes. I would like to say it's near the school because it's near, or you could say it's in front of the school, or the school is behind the fence, or the children are in front of the fence. So write a sentence here describing that fence. Absolute location. The exact spot where a place is located is its absolute location. It may include a place's house number, street, town, and state. A town is a small community. Imagine being invited to a friend's house. Your friend tells you the street address, so you know its absolute location. But how do you get there? You could use a map on the internet, type in your address and your friend's address with an adult's help, and directions will pop up and tell you how to get there. Reading check. Look at the picture. What is the absolute location of this school? So if we look at this school, we can see that the address number is 101, and the street is called Main Street. We don't know the city and state of this school, but we could still at least give the address. We can say it's on 101 Main Street. Page 40. Map grid of a classroom. A map is a flat picture that shows where things are located. Maps help you find the relative and absolute location of things on the map. Some maps use lines called a grid. The lines divide the map into columns and rows to form boxes. Columns are labeled across the bottom with letters. Rows are labeled along the side with numbers. So look here. Here are the numbers for the rows, and here are the letters for the columns. The rows are labeled along the side with numbers. The box where a column and a row meet tell it a place's location. So to find C1, look at column C, row 1. So let's go to column C and go to row 1, and we see here something in this place. Circle what is found in C1, and so we're going to circle this, and then put an X on B2. So we're going to find B and 2, and these meet right right here, looks like that's where a circle is, where maybe a reading circle, reading table. Map grid of a school. Look at this map grid. The title tells what the map is about. This map shows some of the places inside Oak Park School. This map uses pictures to stand for real things. These small pictures are called symbols. The map key or legend shows the different symbols and it tells what each means. One symbol is a lunch tray. It stands for the school's lunchroom. Before reading check. Look at the school map grid. Circle the title. Draw a line from each legend symbol to its location on the map. Symbol, an object that stands for something else. So the first thing we need to do is circle the title. So right here it's the Oak Park School. It's the title of the map. Then draw a line from the legend to the symbol on the map. So right here, legend, I see the lunchroom, and it has a tray, so I'm going to draw a line right there. Here it shows a desk, and that stands for the classroom. And I see a desk here, so there's a classroom. Here is a cross, and this stands for medical, so that's the nurse's office. And the books are the library, so I'm going to draw a line to the library. Map grid of a city. This grid shows a city. A city is a very large community, much larger than a town. You can use this map to get around the city. A compass rose shows directions on the map. It is a directional indicator. That is because a compass rose uses letters to stand for the 4 main directions. These directions are north, south, east, and west. Here's the city, and then here is that compass rose, north, south, east, and west. North is all on the top, south is on the bottom, east is to the right, and west is to the left when you're looking at the compass rose. Main idea and details. Look at the map and use the compass rose and legend. Write S on a place that is south of the apartment. Circle the place that is west of the school, and draw a square around the place that is located in B3. Okay, so S on a place that is south of the apartment. So first I'm going to find apartment. There's an apartment. So this right here is south of the apartment because it's below. So here's the letter S, that means it goes down. Circle a place that is west of the school. So I need to find the school right here. And west is this direction. See, there's the W, it means it goes this way. So I'm going to circle the place that is west. I'm going to put a W because it's going to help me remember that. And draw a square around the place that is located in B3. So I have B and 3. And I'm supposed to draw a square around this place. There. Not a perfect square, but. Write how absolute and relative location are different. Talk about it with a partner. So absolute gives an address and exact location. And relative gives an approximate place and uses words like in front or behind, but it's not as specific. Number 7. Write about the location of where you live using words to show relative location. So you're going to say, we live near, and then talk about the things that you live near, maybe 2 or 3 things, without saying your address. Number 8, find the map grid titled Our City. Point to the post office. Move east 1 square. What building is found there? So let's go over here. And the post office, it has this right here. Move east, so east is this way. And what building is found there? This is an apartment, because I look at the legend and it shows an apartment, the word apartment right here. So it is an apartment building is found there. Critical thinking skills. Using map scale to ask and answer questions. A map is smaller than the place it shows. When you want to ask questions about distances on a map, you use a map scale. It lets you measure the distance between 2 places. You can ask where and what questions, and then use the map scale. It lets you measure the distance between two places. You can ask where and what questions, then use the map scale to answer the questions. Here is a present-day map of California cities. And here is the scale. So I can see if I put 2 fingers, it's about 200 miles. So I like to see if I put 2 fingers, that's about 200 miles. Because look, California is about 200 miles across. If I put the 2 fingers here. Put a ruler under the scale. 1 inch stands for 200 miles. The green part at the top of the scale stands for 100 miles. So if you look here, this is 100 miles. Put a strip of paper under the dot by San Francisco, 2 under the dot by Reading, and mark each with a pencil. So San Francisco is here, and Reading is here, and we are going to draw a line to connect those using a strip of paper. Here, let's draw this, okay. And then put the strip of paper under the map scale with the dot on the 0. So here's my dot. And we're gonna see if this distance is more than 200 miles. And I say the distance from San Francisco to Reading is less than 200 miles. It's like right here. It says here the distance is more than 200, but when I measured it from that dot to that dot, I saw that it was less. Write the title for this map. Underline on the map date. Okay, so the title of the map is Map of California. So I'm gonna put Map of California, comma, 2017. Underline on the map date, so underline the date is 2017. About what is the distance between Los Angeles and Bakersfield? Measure and write it. So I'm gonna go to Los Angeles and Bakersfield, and I wanna draw this here, the dots here, about like right there to about right there, and I'm gonna measure it. And it's about 100, because it goes right here in the middle, so about 100. So about 100 miles. Ask and answer your own questions about the distance between 2 cities on the map. Write the question first and then measure the distance. Write the distance. So you could say, how far is San Luis Obispo to Fresno? Fresno is not too far from us. And then you're going to go to San Luis Obispo here in the map. You can write whichever question you want. And Fresno, and we're going to connect those 2. And I'm going to measure that here. Say right about here to right about there. And then I'm going to use the scale, and I'm going to answer my question. It is about 100 miles away. Just about.